over here for me? Hey, buddy, I'm gonna have you over here for me.
Right here, bud.
Go ahead and sit all the way down that way. Right here, buddy. That's right. Please wash your hands on your fingers along that dock. Please sit all the way back into your seats, taking off all bags and backpacks. Place them into the center of the boat, please.
How'd you even see us? Storybookland.
Hello everyone and welcome to our journey to Storybookland. My name is Matt and I'll be your captain and storyteller today aboard Aurora. Now for your safety we ask that you please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs all the way inside the boat. And please supervise all little ones so our stories don't take any unexpected turns. Now most people enter enchanting worlds through the pages of a book, but for those of us lucky enough to visit in person, whether down a rabbit hole or with a little pixie dust, often find that way in to be truly magical. Or it can be menacing. But don't worry folks, even though it looks like we are passing through the jaws of Monster the Whale, the same whale who swallowed Pinocchio, we're actually being transported to a magical place called Storybookland. Now if you thought Monster was scary, around the corner to the left is the cave of the big bad wolf, who is always chasing after those three little pigs. But luckily, they live in those three little houses across the way that are one made of straw, one made of sticks, and one made of guaranteed wolf-proof bricks. Now our story is taking a strange turn when around the corner is the quaint English village where Alice grew up, where one golden afternoon she followed the white rabbit down that rabbit hole and fell down into Wonderland where her adventures only became curiouser and curiouser from there. Now Storybookland is full of such fantastic places meant to inspire storytellers. Places just like London Park, where Peter Pan, Wendy, John, and Michael Darling first flew. With the help of Tinkerbell's pixie dust, they all flew off to Neverland, where they would never ever have to grow up. And places like the city of Agrabah, city of mystery and enchantment, where a street rat named Aladdin first bumped into Princess Jasmine in that busy marketplace. Now, although the two were from different worlds, through the power of love and the help of a genie, the two were married and now live in the Sultan's palace atop the hill. Now here in Storybookland, love shines just like those lights in our twinkling archways above, where Aladdin and Jasmine flew over, sideways and under, off on a magic carpet ride into a whole new world. Well, now all good stories have their places of love and light, but they have their dark places too, places of mystery, places like the Cave of Wonders up ahead, whose treasure bears a curse that can only be lifted by the genie of the lamp. Now legends say if you set that genie free, he will grant you 3 wishes. Well, let's make a wish everyone and see if it comes true. Well, Snow White wished for a place of safety when she fled from the evil queen through the forest, where she stumbled upon the cozy cottage of the 7 Dwarfs over there on the right, who offered her shelter in return for only her kindness. And if you look carefully past the cottage there, you can even see their mine and hear them whistle while they work. Well, Cinderella wished to go to the ball, but her wicked stepmother forbid it, leaving her at home in that blue roof chateau on the left. Well, Cinderella's fairy godmother granted her that wish, but when she did not return by midnight, her coach turned back into a pumpkin, which is still up there on the bridge. And although magic does have limits, true love does not. And Cinderella now lives in the castle atop the hill with her Prince Charming.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Wishes inspire our dreams here in Storybookland, whether it be a dream of a happily ever after or literal dreams that inspire bedtime story that send babies to sleep on hills of quilted flowers just like those to our left, inspired by Walt Disney's 1933 silly symphony cartoon, Lullaby Land. Well, now there's magic everywhere here in Storybookland. It's even in all the plants. They're all kept small through the enchantment of Tinkerbell, so just like the Lost Boys, they will never ever have to grow up. That magic is what made this place such a favorite of master storyteller Walt Disney, and continues to inspire new tales even to today. Well, tales just like The Wind in the Willows with Mole Rat and Mr. Toad, whose stately manner is up ahead on the left. But I don't believe J. Thaddeus Toad is home today, folks. I think he's out for yet another wild ride to nowhere in particular. And sometimes our stories can slow down a bit so we can take a better look around before we pick up the pace once more.
We'll be on our way in just a few moments, folks.
Ah, whose castle do you think that is, Kira?
To the forest there, you will spot a small rock garden. Now that is home to the magical trolls who helped Anna and Elsa. The sisters grew up in the palace by the bay in the city of Arendelle, till one day Elsa fled to the icy mountain palace atop the North Mountain to protect her sister Anna. Anna, though, wouldn't let her go and journeyed with her frozen friends, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf, to bring her back home. And in the Alpine village across the way, Geppetto wished for his puppet to become a real boy. And when Pinocchio saved Geppetto from the belly of Monstro the whale, the Blue Fairy granted him that wish. Well, Geppetto's wish is like those of so many fairy tales. Well, just like a little mermaid named Ariel, who followed Prince Eric's ship to his castle over there on the right, and was inspired to leave her life under the sea, take her very first steps on unsteady legs, and become part of our world. Her story, though, began in the shadow of her father, King Triton, in the underwater city of Atlantica, and splashes out into a happily ever after. And that, my friends, is the final piece of fairy tale magic for our story here today. But the magic of Disneyland never truly ends. So as we close the book on our story and approach the dock, we ask that you please remain seated, with all those hands, arms, and fingers all the way inside the boat. And when we do come to a complete stop on the dock, we ask that you please remain seated until the count of 3. And on the count of 3, we will all stand up together in the center of the boat for balance, so nobody has to go under the sea.
Like Aunt Donna did.